Yeah, I think we ought to be cautious of these efforts to claim just because some new technology came along, we have to throw out all the rules that we've had before and replace it with some uniform, general, radical, simple rule. Life is not that easy, and life is not that simple, especially when the technology is so new. We need to learn more about how all these technologies work, how they interface with law enforcement. Then, slowly, incrementally, we should be making decisions of what the best rules are, rather than just saying, oh, because automobiles have come around, we can throw out all the rules about horse accidents, because those are horses and these are cars. Instead, we should try to analogize from the things that came before, using common sense. That's what the Constitution seems to say. It says reasonable searches and seizures.
Elizabeth Wydra.
Well, you know, John mentioned in his remarks, he said that he didn't want to leave these decisions to, five old guys on the Supreme Court. But I'm sorry to say that you're behind the times of 9 justices on the Supreme Court, however old they are, because just a few months ago, at the end of last term, a unanimous Supreme Court told us that digital is different in a case that applied the Fourth Amendment to smartphones.
Different how?
Well, I think there's a great analogy that Chief Justice Roberts used. He said that saying that a ride on a horse and buggy is the same as taking a rocket ship to the moon makes about as much sense as using some of these old precedents and rules when applied to the digital age, because the quantity and quality of information that can be gained in the digital age is just so different that it actually makes a real difference.
I want to let Stuart Baker respond, but can you take one sentence to say different how?
So
how does it add up to a different kind of experience?
So before, when you would have this information that was available to the public, it was sort of a random tile that could give you a very small glimpse into a person's life. But because of the quantity of data that can be accessed very easily, this came up in a case about GPS locators, it adds up to a mosaic that provides a rather clear picture of a person's life in a way that you couldn't in a pre-digital age.
That was 2 sentences with a parenthetical phrase, but it was pretty tight.